In 1839, a boy named John D. Rockefeller was born in a small farmhouse in Richford, New York. His father was a traveling salesman, known for being unreliable, and his mother a deeply religious woman who taught him discipline and honesty. Life wasn't easy. Young John often wore patched clothes and worked small jobs to support his family. But he had one remarkable trait. He recorded every penny he earned and spent in a little notebook. By the age of 16, he got his first real job as a bookkeeper, earning just 50 cents a day. While other boys spent money on fun, Rockefeller saved his earnings. He once said, "I would rather earn 1% of 100 men's efforts than 100% of my own." That mindset was already forming in him. He lent small amounts of money to neighbors and charged interest. To him, business wasn't just about working, it was about building systems, multiplying opportunities, and turning pennies into dollars. At just 20, he started his first company with a partner, selling produce and supplies. He wasn't rich yet, but he was patient, disciplined, and had one dream: to build something so big the world would never forget his name. In the 1850s, a new discovery was changing America: oil wells. At first, oil was messy, smelly, and dangerous, but it could be refined into kerosene for lamps, and the demand was exploding. Rockefeller saw not just oil but a future empire. In 1863, he invested in his first oil refinery in Cleveland. Unlike others, he focused on efficiency: waste nothing, refine better, cut costs. His refinery produced more kerosene, cheaper and cleaner than competitors. While others chased quick profits, Rockefeller reinvested every dollar back into the business. By the age of 30, he controlled the largest oil refinery in the city. His philosophy was simple: turn every disaster into an opportunity. Fires, market crashes, and competitors couldn't shake him. He believed in order and discipline, and slowly, oil became not just a business, but a weapon of power in his hands. But this was just the beginning. Rockefeller wasn't satisfied with the refinery. He wanted to control the entire oil industry. In 1870, Rockefeller founded Standard Oil, a company that would soon dominate America. He had one goal: efficiency through control. He bought out competitors, undercut prices, and struck secret deals with railroads to ship oil cheaper than anyone else. Within a decade, Standard Oil controlled 90% of U.S. oil refining. Competitors called him ruthless. Newspapers labeled him a monopolist. But Rockefeller believed he was bringing order to a chaotic industry. And in truth, he lowered oil prices so much that even the poorest families could afford light in their homes. His secret wasn't just oil, it was strategy. He centralized operations, demanded loyalty, and reinvested constantly. For him, business was war, and Standard Oil was his army. By the 1880s, Rockefeller was one of the most powerful men in America. But his empire was growing too large, and whispers began in Washington: was Standard Oil too powerful for one man to control? The U.S. government grew suspicious of Rockefeller's empire. Competitors cried monopoly, and in 1890, the Sherman Antitrust Act was passed to fight big trusts. Soon, Standard Oil became the main target. In 1911, after years of court battles, the Supreme Court ruled against Rockefeller. Standard Oil was broken into 34 smaller companies. Newspapers cheered, thinking the giant had fallen. But Rockefeller only smiled. Why? Because he still owned shares in all 34 companies. Instead of one giant empire, he now had dozens of growing ones: Exxon, Chevron, Mobil, and more. His wealth multiplied. Ironically, being broken made him even richer. By this time, Rockefeller had already retired from daily business. He spent his days playing golf, giving dimes to children, and watching his fortune grow. The world thought they had defeated him, but instead, he became the world's first billionaire. Rockefeller's story didn't end with money. In his later years, he became one of the greatest philanthropists in history. He donated over $500 million funding universities, medical research, and education. He helped eradicate diseases like hookworm and yellow fever, saving millions of lives, from a boy counting pennies to the richest man alive. Rockefeller's life proved one thing: Wealth is not built in a day, it's built in habits, vision, and discipline. Critics called him ruthless, admirers called him a genius, but everyone agreed he changed the world. His companies shaped modern energy, his donations shaped science and medicine, and his name still echoes in history. John D. Rockefeller, the boy who saved pennies, the man who built Standard Oil, the billionaire who gave it all away.